Hello, the internet. Welcome back to Road Hazard Garage. Behind me is the 1970 Plymouth Fury 3 convertible. We were going to shoot part 2 of the van video, but I wanted to get it into the driveway to make it a little easier to work on. And the Fury wouldn't start. So I guess we're going to have a short video today about figuring out what's wrong with the Fury. Basically, hear that? Something wrong with the starter, probably a connection. We will figure it out. But that's annoying, because this was my daily driver for a little bit before I got my truck back there. So let's see if we can't figure it out. So of course we'll start up here. There. Nice 318. I think. Yeah, those are tight. Which means either our ground on the cylinder head there is bad, or down there on our mini starter that I already replaced, down in there, is bad. So we'll hop in there and try and figure that out and see why this old pig won't start. I'm one of those people that just leaves tools wherever I happen to be using them. It's kind of a problem. But it means my ratchet is somewhere over here. I don't think I'll need that. There's one of my sockets. There's another socket. There you are. Alright. We'll be back, van. Give it a minute. I figure it makes sense to start with the easiest one first. So we'll pull the engine ground off, clean it up, and see if that's our problem. It's pretty dirty. I think it could probably use some cleaning up. So actually, I think we'll start there, because we're up here. And maybe we won't have to crawl into the car, which would be freaking awesome. Okay, we got our ground cleaning tool. So, in the interest of safety, I think I'm actually going to put the camera down before I do this, because I don't want to hurt myself much. So, I'm going to do that real quick. Be right back. Don't worry. I'll show you when we're done. Here, you can pretend. Oh, now it's clean. Yay! Got those nice and clean. You can actually see a part number on that now. Isn't that kind of crazy? I think this is the original cable from 1970. I got that one cleaned up too. So we'll go ahead and bolt this back together, and hopefully that's our issue. Okay, that's hooked back up. Let's go in and hit the key. Fine. Our jack here. Get it under the cross member. Just high enough for a fella to get under there with the creeper, because I don't feel like rolling around in that big stain that definitely didn't come from this car. Wink, wink. There, we already got the one on the other side. Let's get this dropped. We're taking this out so I can fit, because the jack stands are kind of in the way. There we go. There's the starter. The cabling is on top, I think, unfortunately. So, let's see. How can I fit my arm in here? That's tight. That's tight. Oh, balls. What about? Ah, Jesus. There was lots of juice in there. In my eye hole. Alright. Got a rag. We're gonna try and clean this out because it was wet in there. Okay, that might be an issue. Maybe. I guess I can check the solenoid too. Let's do that. Yeah. So I just installed that starter not too long ago. Maybe a year. Starter solenoid should be up here. Let's make sure. That's not even connected to anything. Okay. Maybe. Oh. Damn it. We're gonna try a couple more simple things. I got some sandpaper. Maybe these got a little, you know, messed up, sitting. I don't know. It hasn't been here for too long. I also pressure washed the engine bay. But since I pressure washed the engine bay, I did drive it back from the place I pressure washed it at, which was my old man's house. So I don't think that's it, but we'll do the terminals too and we'll give it another shot. Alright, those are nice and clean. Let's try it again. Man, that thing's gonna make me freak work for it, isn't it? So we got the starter pulled out of it. There's only 2 bolts, so it's easy to do. And we're gonna try cleaning those connections now, which are metric, of course, so I had to go and get different tools because when I replaced this, everything you buy for old cars nowadays, even if they're American, comes from the land of make-believe, which is where they use the metric system, because as everybody knows, there are 2 units of measure on this earth. There are those who have been to the moon, and there are those who have not. And these are all made by those who have not. The other thing I did this off camera. Or maybe you can actually see it from down here. Well, maybe actually. Okay, right there is the bulkhead connector for the car. I pulled all of those off, cleaned up all the spades, and put them all back on, still clicking. Got both of them off. Got them both cleaned up. We're gonna throw them back on, throw the starter back in, and pray that it works. Alright, that's all cleaned up, button back in. Let's reconnect the battery. And try again. For f***ing sake! Why? Okay, these are nice and clean. The little bits and bops. I'm gonna hook these all back up and see if that works. If not, we may replace this and see if that does it. All buttoned back up. We're gonna try again. Oh my freaking Lord almighty. Okay, so I'm officially at a loss. I jumped the solenoid with a pair of pliers, which should work, you know, even if the solenoid is bad, and it still didn't work. So I think I'm going to ask my buddy who does electrical. There's a dog over there, and do some research online maybe and see if I can't figure it out. So we'll be back on this one, but probably not today. All right, we're back. All in a fury. I picked the brain of a friend of mine for a while, and he said, you know, man, I'd start with the battery. And I was like, I tested the battery, I hooked jumper cables up to it, I tried the jump box. Like, battery's fine. You know, it's reading 11.8 volts. He brought a battery over, like a one that was charged. I have a few lying around, but he's like, I know this one's good. It was in my truck. I'm like, okay. Threw it in there. Yeah, cranked just fine. So something inside that battery failed. Like failed, like dead, not rechargeable failed. So I got another battery in the garage right now on a tender, and we'll hook that up and we'll go for a test drive. All right, I'm impatient, so we're just gonna throw the jump box on the battery that I had charging and see if it works. That's right. All right. Yeah! Come on. Get some fuel. Man, pull fuel. I know you're on jack stands, but you can do it. All right, maybe you can't do it. Let's pull the jack stands out of here. Not gonna do the trans pan today. We'll probably just drive it onto the ramps when we do those, so we don't have to worry about the jacks and all that. All right, battery terminal installation tool. All right, you pig. Yeah! This engine runs fantastic. This car actually drives really, really good. Let's go around the block. Going pretty good. I figure we'll cruise down to the gas station and throw a couple gallons of gas in it just cuz. And she's a runner once again. I'm pretty confident this time that we won't run out of gas like we did in the van video, because I'm pretty sure there's like 10 gallons of gas in this tank. The fuel gauge doesn't work, of course, but getting fuel made it just fine. You can tell it's full because of the way that it is. Terrible design. Anyway, let's see if she fires back up. Oh, that battery is nowhere near charged. All right, jump box. Instantaneous. Well, it's a one-lane bridge. Traffic's coming from this way, and that guy decided he was way more important than all of that traffic. Ignored the sign and just went for it. I love these Idaho back roads, man. whole state isn't desert and forest. I promise. There's other stuff too. Most of that stuff is in a desert or a forest, but that doesn't matter. We have mountains. So, you know, eat your heart out, Florida. We stopped off at the house for a little bit. I had to pick up the most important piece of my toolkit. It's that dude. That's my Corgi Waffles. And he likes cruising as much as I do, so we went and picked him up. Alright guys, we're at Rowan's Drive-In in Idaho. We're gonna grab some dinner. So thanks for watching, fellas, and take care of yourself.